Welcome to Urban Debate 360 Degrees on Magic Bricks. Now, I'm Fee D'Souza. On 360, we have a power-packed lineup of civic news that directly affects you in your city. Let's take a look at the top headlines today. Transport unions in Bangalore, Delhi and Mumbai hold daily commuters to ransom after taxi unions in Mumbai threaten to strike in 8 days. In Delhi, auto drivers call an indefinite strike against Ola and Uber. That's our top focus tonight. The state-run bus service in Karnataka, the BMTC and the KSRTC bring Bangalore to its knees. The strike for pay hikes leave commuters stranded for a second day. Local auto drivers make a killing as commuters are left with no choice. The big Magic Bricks Now impact in our relentless campaign for smoother, safer roads in Mumbai finally pays off. The civic body BMC is looking to penalise corrupt contractors and officials for bad roads. Also, the municipal authority plans to rework its tendering process. Tenders will no longer be given to the lowest bidder. Magic Bricks Now has an exclusive access to the draft letter that the BMC is currently drawing up. Starting with our big focus tonight, 3 cities are being held to ransom by transport unions. A massive auto strike has brought the capital city of Delhi to its knees. Autos and taxi unions in the national capital demand that the app-based aggregators Ola and Uber be banned from the city altogether. Now remember, this comes a day after the Mumbai taxi union threatened to call a similar strike if the state government did not regulate both Ola and Uber. That association has now given the state government 8 days to come up with a regulation. In Delhi, though, the demand was to ban both services completely. Our correspondent Deepa Rana was on the ground today as Delhi's citizens struggled to get to work. She sent us this report.
I'm standing at ISBT. It is raining heavily over here, and as you see over here, there are a lot of commuters who are waiting for an auto or taxi. There are commuters who are facing a lot of trouble to go to their destination, but there seems to be no auto or taxi plying on this particular route. It is very close to the bus stand over here. It's very close to the Nizamuddin railway station, but still there are no public transport available. The Delhi government claims that they have ordered around 300 buses to ply on this route, as this is the busiest route in the national capital. Still, there are no Delhi government buses on this road. I spoke to a lot of citizens also, and they told us that they are facing a lot of trouble due to autos and taxi stands. Taxis not flying in the national capital. The auto unions, however, claim that they have formed a joint action committee and they are going to call for a hunger strike tomorrow outside the Delhi CM's office. The demand is that they want a ban on Ola and Uber and app-based services. The Delhi government claims that banning of Ola and Uber and other app-based services does not come under their ambit. It comes under center. The leader of opposition in the Delhi Assembly claims that the transport is a state subject and the Delhi government should take note of it. However, in this crossfire, it is the commuters and the Delhi citizens who are facing a lot of trouble, when 85,000 autos and 15,000 yellow and black taxis are off-road today. This is Deepa Rana reporting from ISBT for Magic Bricks Now.
देखिए, हमारे लोग परेशान हो रहे हैं, हमारे लोग जो रोटी रोजी से परेशान हो रहे हैं। दिल्ली की जनता के साथ जो आज ऑटो रिक्शा टैक्सी नहीं चले, इसका जिम्मेदार केजरीवाल है। जब हमारे को क्या नाम है 17 लिखत में दे दिया इसने, क्या नाम है, ये सरकार ने ये मांग तुम्हारी मान रहे हैं 17 तारीख को लेटर देने के बाद भी, अगर सरकार उस पर मुकर गई, मुकरने के बाद हम 3 महीने तक धरने प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं। मिलने का समय मांगते हैं, केजरीवाल जी के पास समय नहीं है।
हम हाइक नहीं मांग रहे हैं। 28 मार्च को जब मुख्यमंत्री केजरीवाल ने हमारे साथ मीटिंग की तो हमने जो मांग थी वो ठुकरा दी थी कि हमें किराया नहीं चाहिए, हमें अपनी मांगों पर विचार कीजिए, हमारी जो समस्या है उनका हल कीजिए, हमें किराया नहीं चाहिए। दिल्ली की जनता के हितों को देखते हुए हमने किराया भी छोड़ दिया था।
हमारा सीधा सा मानना यह है कि आपने DL 1RT टैक्सी जो है मीटर के आधारित 12.5 रुपये रेट रखा है आपने। आज उन टैक्सियों को उठा के आपने ओला उबेर में लगा दिया। जब DL 1RT को अपने मीटर दे रखा है, फिर वो ऐप पे किस लिए चलाई जा रही है? ऐप की जो कंपनी है वो 2006 की जो स्कीम है उसमें लिखा गया था कि कंपनी अपनी ऑन गाड़ियां लाए और वो चलाए। यहाँ पर क्या आ रहा, कोई गाड़ी राजस्थान की आ रही है, कोई पंजाब की आ रही है, कोई जम्मू की आ रही है, और सब लोग चल के एक अराजकता का माहौल दिल्ली में कर रहे हैं।
तो बारिश का मौसम है, इसमें इतना परेशान हो रहे हैं बेहिसाब। ऑटो वाले कहते हैं हम आगे नहीं जाएंगे। क्यों? कहने लगे तोड़ फोड़ हो रही है, हड़ताल किया हुआ है। लाल बत्ती तक जाएंगे 20 रुपये लेंगे, 30 रुपये लेंगे, 100 रुपये दोगे तो आगे से आगे नहीं बढ़ेंगे। इतना परेशान हो रहे हैं, आते में भी परेशान हुए, काफ़ी दूर तक पैदल चल रहे हैं हम लोग। तकलीफ तो हो ही रही है, जल्दी घर नहीं पहुँच पा रहा हूँ। किसी को पूछता हूँ तो वो सिर्फ 30 पुस्तक जा रहा है, बस खाली उससे आगे वो जा ही नहीं रहा है। कह रहा है कि वहाँ तक पहुँच जाए, बहुत बड़ी बात है। बारिश की वजह कह रहा है कि जाम लग रहा है, मुझे तो लगता नहीं है वहाँ जाम होगा।
ऑटो बिल्कुल नहीं मिल रहे हैं और हाइक कर रहे, प्राइसेस बहुत ज़्यादा मांग रहे हैं।
मैम यहाँ आधे से 1 घंटे से खड़े हैं, हमें ना कोई ऑटो मिल रहा है, बारिश में बच्चे भीग रहे हैं और 1 घंटे से ज़्यादा हम लोगों को हो चुका है। ना कोई ऑटो वाला जाने को तैयार है और ना कोई टैक्सी है, कुछ भी नहीं है।
कितने बच्चे?
मेरे सारे 20 स्टूडेंट्स हैं, सारे स्कूल के बच्चे हैं। सुबह से हम लोग निकले हुए 7 बजे से और अब हम 4 बज गए, अभी घर भी नहीं पहुँचे।
हम लोग घर नहीं जा पा रहे, सारे बच्चे के साथ सारे बच्चों की पढ़ाई वेस्ट हो रही है, कोचिंग मिस हो रहे हैं। यहाँ पे ऑटो नहीं मिल रहे बिल्कुल भी, पानी काफ़ी ज़्यादा भरा पड़ा है यहाँ पे, बच्चे लेट हो रहे हैं काफ़ी ज़्यादा।
मुझे घर जाने के लिए ऑटो टैक्सी नहीं मिल रही है। जहाँ 10 रुपया लगने के तहाँ 20 रुपया ले रहे हैं टैक्सी वाले। नवाबसी भजनपुरा से कश्मीरी गेट तक है और 4 घंटे हो गया यहाँ खड़े हुए मुझे।
मैम कन्वेंस की इतनी ज़्यादा दिक्कत है कि हमें 15 मिनट का रास्ता तय करना और उसके लिए हम यहाँ से 45 मिनट खड़े हो गए। तो अगर ऐसे चलेगा तो कैसे चल पाएगा। हम जो वोट दिए हैं, जो हमने अपनी आम आदमी पार्टी से सोचा था कि क्या होगा कैसे होगा, उससे हम आई हैव नॉट सेटिस्फाइड।
Actually, they are demanding from the last almost since 2014 or so. But the government always, the Delhi government always trying to passing the buck, and this is all irresponsible behavior of the government. And because the government is not taking any responsibility, that's why this situation arises. They should at least listen them, to hear them, to give some solution and to work out on it. If suppose they are losing their jobs, if suppose they are losing their bread and butter, so the government ultimately responsible to find out the way. But they are not doing anything. Intentionally, government is trying to politicize the issue.
Delhi's auto agitation comes a day after the taxi union in Mumbai postponed their strike in Maharashtra and gave the Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis an ultimatum. They said, come up with an action plan to regulate the aggregators in 8 days, or we will leave our taxis on the road and strike again.
Ensure Ola, Uber and other cars are regulated or we will protest again in the next 8 days is what Jai Bhagwan Mahasangh Federation of Taxi Union has in fact told just yesterday in a meeting with the CM. The CM has assured them that in the next 8 days they will come up with a decision and solve all their problems is what we understand from the Federation itself. Meanwhile, the Federation has also submitted a list of demands to the state government at this point. 4 key demands they have. One, of course, is that all private cars now must not do business within the city limits. They say that that's affecting their business in turn. Second, they must all have licenses, government licenses if they do operate within the city limits of Mumbai. Third, also very crucial, is that they must be regularized in terms of pricing, that they must have a meter that is set by the government at this point, and that they need to have uniforms and badges, etc. All of this has to be according to the City Taxi Scheme 2015, which is also being mulled by the state government at this point. But for now, it's a threat that these taxi unions have in fact given to the state government, that over the next 8 days they need some action or they will protest again. This is Amita Balachandra for Magic Bricks Now.
So that's Delhi, Mumbai and now Bangalore, who have been held completely ransom to strikes that are happening across the country. In Karnataka, state-run bus service KSRTC and BMTC services have come to a grinding halt over 2 days. Schools and colleges were closed in Bangalore. It added tremendous traffic to the already congested roads, and citizens who had to travel to work this morning had a really tough time of it. My colleague Rahul Dayama from Bangalore sent us this ground report.
Yes, things are now slowly returning to normalcy here in the IT hub of Bengaluru. A few buses have started plying in the main bus terminal, Majestic. This really has been a long wait for the citizens. Remember, more than 23,000 buses belonging to 4 bus unions, including BMTC, KSRTC, have gone on a strike starting yesterday. The demands, 41 demands, main of them being that they want a 30% hike, a medical scheme in place, and also rotational shift of working hours. While the government has clearly told them that a 10% hike is possible, 30% will not be possible. These buses, a few of them that have started plying today, have mainly been because the government has sent out a clear warning to contract drivers of BMTC, asking them to report to work by this evening, or telling them that their work permits will be cancelled. This warning is really ensured that a few buses have now started plying here in Bangalore. The buses are plying with police protection to ensure that no damage is caused to people as well as public property. To really tell you how the days have been, remember, more than 50 lakh people here in Bengaluru alone rely on BMTC service, and with a complete blackout, thankfully the schools were closed for 2 days, but people were forced to rely on autos that charged, that really charged according to their whims and fancies. Also, cab taxis really came to their rescue, and but now people are hoping that today being the second day, a resolution of sort is struck with the bus unions to ensure that starting tomorrow they don't face any sort of an issue, while Metro has also come to their rescue by increasing the frequency to every 5 minutes from 10 minutes. The connectivity of Metro is still a cause of concern. Bengaluru's normal life and across the state was thrown out of grade, and everyone is really looking for tomorrow to ensure that things restore to normalcy back again.
हमको एयरपोर्ट जाने का है और यहाँ पे सुना कि आज बस की स्ट्राइक है, तो अभी हमको जाना कैसा वही हम देखने को आए। इधर तो कोई आई नहीं बस या कुछ, और टैक्सी भी नहीं मिल रही है। सब लोग बोलते हैं बुकिंग करो बुकिंग करो, हमको वो सिस्टम भी मालूम नहीं कि कैसा टैक्सी बुकिंग कराने का। कल मालूम पड़ा कि 2 दिन स्ट्राइक है, लेकिन काहे की स्ट्राइक मालूम नहीं पड़ा, बस यहाँ क्या है। आज मालूम गिरा कि बस की स्ट्राइक है।
तुमकुर से आया हूँ मैं, जयनगर के लिए जाना है, बस नहीं मिल रहा, थोड़ा परेशान हो रहा है।
प्राइवेट बसेस हैं जो
प्राइवेट बसेस नहीं चल रहा है जयनगर के लिए।
कौलूर का मेरा गाँव 2 रोज आया बस नहीं, जाना है शाम को।
कैसे जाएंगे, बस तो है नहीं?
बस नहीं है, ट्रेन को जा रहे रात को 8 बजे।
तब तक आप उतनी देर तक
इंतजार कर रहे हैं, अभी नहीं बस नहीं, क्या नहीं, जाने का बहुत तकलीफ है।
तो पहले जो यहाँ की लोकल बसें चलती थी तो हम लोग को साइड करने में नो प्रॉब्लम, हमारा टेलीकॉम सेक्टर। अब ये प्राइवेट बसें चल रही है, अब इनमें अगर हम 2 किलोमीटर जा रहे हैं तो ये अपनी मर्जी से चार्ज ले रहे हैं, 30 रुपए, 40 रुपए, 50 रुपए। जो ऑटो वाले हम 150 में हायर करते थे, अभी उसके रेट हो रहे हैं 400, 500। तो ये परेशानी हो रही है, मतलब लोकल जो भी वर्क कर रहे हैं हमको बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो रही है स्ट्राइक होने से।
मुंबई जाना था फ्लाइट के, अभी 1:30 बजे का फ्लाइट था, लेकिन अभी सुबह से इधर ही इंक्वायरी के लिए है कि किधर क्या मिलता है क्या नहीं मिलता है। टैक्सी वाले को पूछते हैं तो कोई 100, 900, 1000 बताते हैं। ये रिक्शा वाले, टैक्सी वालों का तो कुछ किसको भी पूछे बोलते हैं ऑनलाइन बुकिंग कराओ, ऑनलाइन बुकिंग कराओ। तो बुकिंग का न तो अभी तो कुछ सिस्टम समझ में आ रहा है इनका, न कुछ मालूम है। और बाकी इधर आके इंक्वायरी में मालूम गिरता है कि बस तो मिलेगा नहीं आज के लिए, तो सब स्ट्राइक पे ही है। सुबह न्यूज देखा तभी मालूम गिरा स्ट्राइक है। तो सुबह इधर उधर फोन करके पूछा भाई किधर क्या मिलेगा, फिर भी कुछ इंक्वायरी के लिए मिलता नहीं आज तो पूरे दिन।
अभी बहुत दिक्कत हो रही है पब्लिक को, कहीं ऑटो डबल कहीं पैसा पूछ रहा है, और मेट्रो भी कहीं जो स्टेशन है उसमें कहीं कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ है। पब्लिक को ऑफिस जाने के लिए बहुत मुश्किल है, टाइम में पहुंचने के लिए बहुत मुश्किल है, अनेक किस्म का कहीं प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है सर।
What are the demands you're making, and is it fair that citizens of Bangalore have to suffer in the manner they've suffered for the last 2 days because your association wants hikes in their salaries?
Till today, the government of Karnataka or the management, they not come forward.
They have not negotiated with you, so you continue to stay on strike tomorrow as well.
State of affair. Definitely, we are going to call off the strike when our just demands are met.
It's not that we will hesitate to use ESMA. As and when it's necessary, we will use ESMA.
जब से ये केजरीवाल जी की सरकार आई है, सबसे हिंदुस्तान के अंदर सबसे झूठी सरकार है ये।
ऑटो रिक्शा टैक्सी वालों ने इनकी मदद करी। आज क्या नाम है, ऑटो रिक्शा टैक्सी वालों का रोजगार छीन रही है ये सरकार।
As far as our government in Maharashtra is concerned, we have taken steps to see to it that the commuters are not in trouble. We would like to make clear through your channel.
Of course, we are tracking that story very closely, but I want to bring you a big Magic Bricks Now impact. Now, you remember on this channel, we've taken the issue of bad roads in Mumbai very, very seriously. Mumbai's civic body will hold now officials accountable for poor quality of roads. That's the word coming in reaction to the campaign that we've been running on potholes in the city of Mumbai. The civic body is also overhauling its entire tendering process. It could do away with the practice of awarding contracts to the lowest bidder. That's the root cause of the problem we're facing on our roads today, is that the lowest bidder wins the contract, and that's not enough incentive for good, strong companies that build state and national highways to come in and build the roads in Mumbai. All these suggestions were put forth by panels of experts on Magic Bricks Now, when your channel repeatedly highlighted the shoddy condition of Mumbai's roads and demanded action. My colleague Disha Shah, who tracks the BMC for us, brought us this exclusive look into what the BMC is planning.
BMC's clean-up operation to remove defaulters involved in the road scam has not yet ended. In fact, top BMC officials tell Magic Bricks Now that they are looking to issue a circular which will transform the way the road works are carried out in the city of Mumbai. In fact, they also tell us that stringent measures will be applicable by reworking on the entire tendering process. And to begin with, they are looking to abolish the age-old procedure of getting contractors to the lowest bidder. What's more, BMC is also planning to make a uniform law for all the contractors, because they say that through that they will get more participation from the contractors, and through this particular law they hope that this will bring in more transparency in the entire tendering process. Secondly, BMC officials also tell us that anybody who flouts the norms or anybody who defaults will have to pay hefty fine up to 5 lakh rupees depending on the nature and the type of the case. Lastly, officials also told us that this particular circular will reform the processes to improve the quality of roads that Mumbai has been struggling throughout the monsoon and that Mumbai has been facing throughout this monsoon. And lastly, the circular is currently in the draft stage, and BMC officials tell us that it will be prepared in a week, 10 days time.
So that change, of course, to change the way the tenders are handed out right now by the BMC could bring a massive, massive change. Like we pointed out on this channel several times in the past, there are big, strong companies like L&T, for example, that are building national highways and state highways but do not qualify to build roads in Mumbai because of the tendering process, because the tendering process awards the tender to the lowest bidder. That will change. That's a massive, massive Magic Bricks Now impact. We're going to be pushing for that from inside the government to make sure that as citizens of Mumbai, you get the roads that you deserve. Well, looking to our closest neighbour, Pune's pothole menace continues, unfortunately. Residents of Balewadi have complained to the PMC Commissioner, Kunal Kumar, asking him to fix the pothole-ridden road that's leading to the Vibgyor school. It's also a big concern for students of the school. Note that Balewadi is also said to be one of Pune's smart areas under the Smart City project. We'll bring you a report from the ground.
Just after a bit of rain, the road becomes so muddy that even I cannot walk on that road. My granddaughter somehow she's managing, but it is horrible. How the corporation is ignoring after taking huge money in lieu of property tax, but they are just blind. They are not seeing any problem.
And every day when I come on this road, I get a back pain. So I really want to tell the school to change this road or develop it or something.
After 1 month, everybody has to put the car for servicing as well. It's an extra cost on for this bumpy ride what we are having for almost 1 month. There is some quarrel going on between the local Gram Panchayat and PMC. Somebody has to take initiative and start doing this road.
Every year it has been promised that the roads are going to get done, but they are not got. They still are in a pathetic state, and it takes at least 15 minutes for me to reach from a distance which is just 5 minutes away. The roads have big potholes from where the buses also pass by. There are construction vehicles coming in, which is causing much more distress. There's a lot of traffic jam around here.
When I travel on the road, that time the car just jumps up and down, and then sometimes my bag is too heavy, so when it falls down, it becomes even more heavier.
This road is so dumpy and bumpy, and it's very hard to come to school. Yeah, and it's unmetalled. Yeah, it is unmetalled, and when we sit in the bus, we are flying in the air like a bird. And someday my back will break because of this.
Well, the PCMC commissioner or the PMC commissioner should really listen to his youngest citizens there, who have a very strong opinion on how the road outside of the Balewadi school that you're looking at on your screen right now is being maintained or not being maintained, and what that means for those young students who have to use that road every day. Well, let's take a wrap and a quick look right now on what else is making civic news in cities that you live in. My colleague Amita Balachandra has put together this report on everything that affects us in our cities today. Amita, tell us what's going on.
Let's start with New Delhi. For the citizens of Delhi, I have some good news and some bad news. Now, the good news is the Public Works Department will be undertaking a 250 crore rupee plan to repair potholes in Delhi. Now, the bad news, on the other hand, is the work will only begin after the monsoon. Work will begin in August and go on till December and will cover 84 kilometers, including major stretches like Nelson Mandela Marg, Ulaanbaatar Marg and Shankar Road, etc. Mumbaikars, on the other hand, have no such luck. The School Bus Owners Association has written to parents of school children saying buses will only pick up children from roads without potholes. The association says drivers will refuse to enter roads that are potholed, so parents will have to find a pickup spot in their wards that has a good road, and children will have to wait there to be picked up. Now, if you're someone who lives in Pune, you must know that 5 areas of Pune have failed the land and mudslide test. Now, the PMC or Pune Municipal Corporation Disaster Management has identified 5 neighborhoods prone to land and mudsliding. This includes Dukarkind, Varjay Hill, Kalewadi, New Katraj Tunnel and Parvati Hill. Now, the PMC Disaster Management will make a detailed and technical survey of the spots before sounding alert. Let's move down now south to Bengaluru. Your travel to the Bengaluru International Airport might just become smoother. The City Traffic Police has written to the state government to ban all weddings in the popular palace grounds in Bengaluru. The venue, popular for high-profile weddings, is also the cause of traffic jams in the city. If the state government approves this, it will declog major roads in the north of Bengaluru leading up to the airport.
We'll also take a look at big news coming in from across the country. The 17-day chilling curfew in the valley of Kashmir has been lifted today from all parts of Kashmir except the Anantnag town. The relaxation comes amidst persistent protests and strict regulations with a ban on any assembly of 4 or more people. The curfew that was imposed on the 9th of July, a day after the killing of Hizbul Mujahideen commander Burhan Wani, was more of a precautionary measure, and it saw violent clashes between protesting civilians and security forces, killing 48 people and injuring more than 2,000. Life is, however, far from usual in the valley, where separatists have called for a march and several businesses have continued suspension in solidarity.
अभी हालात जो है सुधरे हैं, लेकिन जिस तरीके से पाकिस्तान की तरफ से और बाकी जैसे चाइना तक के जो है उन्होंने डायरेक्ट जो है इंटरफेरेंस करना शुरू कर दिया, डायरेक्शन देना शुरू कर दिया, तो डायरेक्ट इंटरफेरेंस के कारण डेफिनेटली कश्मीर में उसके हालात जो है बिगाड़ने में इस प्रकार की जो चालबाजी थी, इस प्रकार के जो बयानात थे और यहाँ उनके जो एलिमेंट्स हैं, चाहे वो हुर्रियत के लोग हैं, बाकी लोग हैं, उनके कुल मिला के चीजें जो थी जल्दी नॉर्मल होने में थोड़ा समय लगा है.
It's nonsense to say that Pakistan is behind the Kashmir problem. The Kashmir problem has been with us. What is called the Kashmir problem has been with us since independence. And there is no way that we can suppress the Kashmiri people's voice, that we can violate the basic norms of human rights and violate the principles of Indian Constitution.
Could be the first traces of the missing AN-32 Indian Air Force aircraft. 2 orange drums have been recovered by the Navy aircraft in the Bay of Bengal. The IAF aircraft, which went missing on Friday with 29 people on board. The minor lead comes after Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar assured all possible resources have been deployed in the search, with 30 ships and submarines on field. Just because it's an old tradition doesn't mean it can be justified. That's the sharp criticism coming in from the Supreme Court on the age-old traditional bull taming sport, Jallikattu. The Apex Court has also fixed the 30th of August as the next hearing to determine whether the constitutional validity of the sport and whether or not it should be continued. It has also denied further adjournments in the case after it commences its final hearing on the matter. And finally, on the Urban Debate 360, we're inviting our viewers to join us in our quest to improve the quality of life in our cities. Send us a video that you record on your phone that tells us what you believe should be the immediate attention of the government in your state or your city to make your voice heard. Today, Mohit Anand of Mumbai sent us this video.
Speaking about rickshaws in Mumbai, I think the best example to give you is that during rain and stuff, when you need to go somewhere urgently or something, they never agree at one go. It's always that nahi and all, and it always spoils your clothes or the way you're looking or something. And the other day, actually, I was going for a meeting or something somewhere. I was dressed well, and it all got spoiled because the rickshaw didn't want to go to that specific location. Though it's illegal, and you tell them that bhaiya aise to aapko jana padega, but it's never going to happen on time. It causes a lot of stress, and it's an issue in Mumbai. The best solution for this could be use of an app where I could maybe send the number plate of a rickshaw to the authorities and complain about it.
Well, like Mohit Anand, if you want to send us a video of what you think should be top priority for the government, send it to us and we'll make your voice heard. Our details are flashing on your screen. Remember, we make a list of all of these requests and we pass them on to the state government. Well, that's a wrap on this edition of Urban Debate 360. Thank you so much for watching. Stay in touch with Magic Bricks Now.
You can watch live TV on our website mbnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at Magic Bricks Now. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/Magic Bricks Now.